Still glowing 5 days after winning the Stanley Cup, the Washington Capitals and their fans prepared to celebrate the franchise's first NHL championship with a parade down Constitution Avenue on Tuesday. Diehards congregated by the parade stage before 4 a.m. Metro trains and downtown streets were clogged with fans clad in red jerseys and T-shirts all morning, and thousands already had lined the parade route by 8:30 a.m., more than 2 hours before the parade was scheduled to start. Cars driving down Constitution Avenue honked to the beat of the team's "Let's Go Caps" chant. An ice resurfacer drove down a normally gridlocked city street, and light posts were adorned with new banners paying tribute to Washington's first championship-winning professional hockey team. A fan carries a homemade Stanley Cup made of empty beer cans as people arrive for the Washington Capitals Stanley Cup Victory Parade on Constitution Avenue, along the National Mall in Washington on Tuesday. Pablo Martinez Monsivais, the Associated Press, and fans began arriving before dawn. Justin Bryam, a 23-year-old from Frederick, Maryland, was one of the first on the scene. He figured he had suffered through a lifetime of heartbreak rooting for Washington's pro sports teams, so he wanted Tuesday to be meticulously planned and memorable. He drove from MD into the city on Monday night, crashed with a family member, was in an Uber by 4:45 a.m. and arrived at the mall around 5. Around 20 Capitals fans were already there. It was still dark. "Cold and dark," he said shortly after 8, looking out at a crowd that had grown by thousands behind him. To see this city come together and embrace hockey is just unbelievable to watch. Tens of thousands of people were expected to attend the event, scheduled to begin at 11 a.m. at Constitution Avenue and 17th Street NW. The parade will follow Constitution to 7th Street NW, then make a right turn before ending with a rally at the mall. Article continued below. "I've always believed nothing brings a city closer together than a winning sports team," Capitals owner Ted Leonsis said last Thursday as the team celebrated on the ice in Las Vegas, a message he repeated as parade day approached. As for Capitals players themselves, they gathered around 8:30 a.m. at Capital One Arena for a team photo. "Now, we can celebrate all together and remember this moment for all our lives," Alex Ovechkin, the team captain, wrote on Instagram Monday afternoon. "Time to party, Caps fans." By Tuesday morning, he had swapped his skates for dancing shoes. Fans were already lining up in front of the main stage before 6 a.m. Tuesday. Others documenting the preparations on social media captured images of the giant screens lining the route. And there were even a couple of Zambonis marking the occasion. Glenda Cameron, 60, stood on the mall with her son, Jason Levick, 35, hours before the parade. Both wore red Caps jerseys, Braden Holtby for Cameron, TJ Oshie for Levick, and Cameron had red dye in her hair. "I can't grow a beard, so I figured, do something radical," she explained. The pair had watched the Caps win the Cup together at Cameron's home, literally on the edge of our seats, as Levick put it. "Then we just kind of yelled and hugged each other," Cameron said. "We've been waiting for this. Mother and son could not afford game tickets," she said, "but could do this. It's amazing," Cameron said. "It's just amazing. It's breathtaking." While the area in front of the stage on the mall was filling up, there were still plenty of good vantage points along Constitution Avenue as of 9 a.m. Article continued. Belloangela Lucchini, 25, grabbed a spot in front of the National Museum of Natural History and held a sign that read, "I may live in Pittsburgh, but I'm Originally from Alexandria, Lucchini moved to the Steel City last July after marrying a huge Penguins fan, and their marriage survived the second round of the playoffs. Although Lucchini's husband politely declined an invitation to join her for Tuesday's celebration, Lucchini, who drove down from Pittsburgh last night and stayed with her parents, attended the parade with her brother. People in Pittsburgh were asking me, "Why are you going?" I said, "It's an opportunity, and because it may never happen again, for one couple, this was the perfect spot to celebrate a wedding anniversary." Silver may traditionally designate 25 years of wedded bliss, but Capitals season ticket holders Christopher and Christine Ware, who tied the knot on June 12, 1999, made an exception Tuesday. "It's our Backstrom-versary," Christopher said, "or our Stanley Cup-versary," said Christine, who was dressed as the trophy, with a silver sequined dress and a chalice fashioned out of a tiara, some foam, tape and a plastic bowl from the dollar store. "Could one drink beer out of Christine's creative cap? If one were so inclined, I wouldn't advise it because I spray-painted it," she said, "but we'll see what the day holds." Other fans brought banners, posters and homemade displays. Metro stations had stacks of posters reading, "We won the cup." Freddie Noel grew up a hockey fan in Toledo, a youth player who rooted for the Colorado Avalanche at that franchise's peak. As stars like Joe Sakic and Peter Forsberg retired, he lost his fandom and enthusiasm for the sport. And then in 2004, along came a thrilling rookie forward from Russia who played for a team in the nation's capital. "Ever since Ovi came in the league," Noel said, "it was fun to watch hockey again." Noel, 34, recalled the origins of his unusual union with Alex Ovechkin and the Washington Capitals from the front row in front of the stage a little past 8:30 a.m. Tuesday. When the Capitals made the Stanley Cup Finals, he vowed he'd make it to the parade if they won. And so Monday, Noel worked first shift at his construction job, napped for 2 hours, loaded into his car at 9:45 p.m. and drove 7.5 hours overnight, by himself, to Washington. He took a brief tour of the city, snapped sightseeing photos of Capital One Arena and around the mall, found a parking garage and headed to the front. "I'm running on pure adrenaline right now," Noel said, wearing his red Ovechkin sweater. "I would do it again in a heartbeat."